Okay, this video is going to be about small town life, the social scene, and comparing growing up in a small town versus moving to one, and how they are two different universes apart. First of all, does anybody remember a content creator who went by the handle Zoloft Sucks? Yeah, he was in the incel, involuntary loneliness, involuntary datelessness space. Yeah, he doesn't really do videos anymore, but I think some of his videos are archived, and I was subbed to him, and I would listen to some of his vignettes. I could empathize with him because he was like me and neurodivergent and having a hard time fitting in. Anyway, one little story arc he would share in some of his videos was sometimes I guess he'd catch a case of cabin fever and have to, get out of the house for a little while and go down to the local watering hole and have a beer and go, and there'd be a table of girls somewhere, and every now and then maybe he'd get a flirtatious look from the girls at the nearby table. He used to refer to these as IOIs, or indicators of interest. And one pattern that I kept seeing is of all these tales, I could see the pattern, and it's very much what I'm going to delve into here about the whole thing about small towns and the social scene. I kept thinking he'd always get these looks from a girl that apparently maybe she thought he was cute or something, but she would never make a move, or she would never go over and sit at his table and try to talk to him. And I'm going to elaborate what that is about. As somebody who's lived in small towns and knows what it's like to be shut out and excluded, I can tell you a little of the psychology of it. Okay, chances are, in all these little small town tribes, and people are very tribal, and when you grow up in a small town, you is when you feel accepted, because everybody knows everybody, and you're pretty much integrated early, as long as you're not somebody who's like a total freak or weirdo. I mean, you could be maybe a little bit eccentric and still be accepted, but because you have that long history of growing up around everybody, and you probably have a much easier time. You're able to integrate with the world around you with things like getting jobs and dates and all of that. So, but moving to a small town is very different, because you're kind of seen as an outsider. Honestly, the only people I think that should really move, if you're single and in your 20s and 30s, I would not recommend moving to a small town. I would say even, I don't know if this is a gendered thing, because you might still be seen as a threat. People who have kids and families. Moving to a small town is probably a good idea, because you will probably assimilate well, and you won't be seen as threatening in some way to the tribes around you. But anyway, back to Zoloft Sucks. And there was something I always used to think to myself, why did he call his channel Zoloft Sucks? I don't think I remember him he never talked about Zoloft. That's an antidepressant drug. I mean, I know I'm kind of veering off a little bit into something unrelated, but they used to puzzle me. He was always talking about drugs in the in this other family that was causing him trouble, but it wasn't antidepressants. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The reason the girls would never get up and try to talk to Zoloft Sucks in these bar settings, and I haven't been in bars in a long time, just wanted to put that out there, is usually with all these little social clubs and tribes, there's always like a queen bee or a mother hen who's kind of I wouldn't say in charge of the group, but all the girls and women in that tribe are very much influenced by that mother hen figure, I guess. And they're not going to step out of bounds. I mean, there's always that chance there might be one rebellious girl who might be an outlier, and who might be willing to get up and would have gotten up and go talk to that guy. But then the reason those girls never did, maybe, I don't know if it was the same girls every time, I don't know. Probably was, knowing small towns it's usually the same people. Small town people do not crave novelty. They are extremely insular, and they keep to their little circle of friends they've known for years. So it really doesn't matter, what you've got going on. But I mean, you're dealing with people who do not crave novelty, like, they want the safe and the familiar and all of that. So the girl probably wouldn't go talk to him, because she was probably afraid of the disapproval of the other girls in the group. Now, and if there's same thing goes with male tribes and the boys club. They were probably the same way. They won't get up and talk to you because they don't want to lose the whatever they have going on with their other boys in their group, and and disapproving from them, and that risk of being pushed out of the group. You know what I mean? So unless it's a very special and accepting kind of tribe, that's kind of, you're in a stalemate pretty much. I don't know what happened to Zoloft Sucks. Anybody? I hope he's doing okay. He sounded like a nice guy, he just kind of got dealt a bad hand in life. But that's the deal. I think I've pretty much gotten a good point of here. That's just small towns. You really, I don't know. I don't really have any advice. Although if there's, the local flavor, if you have something going on in that I don't know. Usually it's going to church, at least where I'm at, going to church. But churches are cliquey too. They have the same thing going on that you see at the local watering hole and all that. So I don't really know. But I'm just saying, it does seem to me families who move to small towns, I think, are better off than single people on their own. But anyway, that's much for this video, pretty much. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys another day. I'm out.